guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a beauty chat with Bree. Now this is the first of the series. I do a little segment called Bree Chats. I haven't done one in a while because I haven't had a topic to discuss, and I just talk about things that are non-beauty related, like helpful advice videos. So in my beauty chats with Bree, I'll be talking about beauty and giving you guys tips and whatnot, all beauty related. And I was inspired by this video because I saw a picture on Twitter and it was saying the essential brushes for a full face, and I agreed with some of it and I didn't, so I just wanted to give you guys my personal opinion of what I feel good brushes are for starting off if you want a full face. Also, I'm not showing you every face brush I have in my collection. I did a whole video last year in August and it was all my makeup brushes and how I clean them, so I will link them down below. It's very important to clean your brushes, and I will be doing an updated version probably in August again, or September maybe sooner, because I have a lot of new brushes in my collection, so I will share those with you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on to this video. So first, to start off, we're going to start off with the base of our face, which is foundation. So I have three tools to show you guys. So when it comes to foundation, the way you apply it is up to personal preference. You can use a beauty sponge or you can use brushes. I have two brushes that I like to alternate between. This first one is this e.l.f. Small Stipple brush. It's $3. You can get it from Target and it looks like this, and I just love it. I was using it all the time in my tutorials. It's small and it gets in all the good places. It gets in the corners, under the eye. When I used to not wear concealer, I could get under my eye, around the temple, just everywhere, bring it down my neck. I really love this. It's just one of my all-time holy grail and favorite brushes. The second one is fairly new, but I like to use this one when I want a full coverage look, and this is the Up and Up complexion brush. I didn't even know Target came out with their own brand of brushes, but when I saw a review on it, I was like, alright, I'm gonna pick it up and try it. I tried it and I fell in love. I've been using it non-stop in my tutorials. I've been using it every day. As you can see, it's dirty. I used it today. I really love this. This is great because it's so dense. It's going to give you a full coverage look. And I'll use the stipple brush when I want a more light to medium coverage, and then I'll alternate to this for full coverage, like if I'm going out or something. I just love this brush, and it was $6.99, I believe. I'll have it linked down below for you guys, but it's super soft, and I do plan on trying out some more Target brushes and reviewing them. The last beauty tool I have for your face is a beauty blender, and this is by Real Techniques, and I love this. When I first got it, I could not put it down. I was using it non-stop every day in my tutorials. It's just an all-around good tool. You can use it to blend out your foundation and then go ahead and blend out your concealer. Some people use it to blend out their cream contour as well. That's personal preference. I personally don't, because I don't want to mix light and dark. It's one thing if I mix my foundation and concealer together, because if anything, it's just going to pick up the extra concealer, and I use a different side for it if I'm blending out my concealer after I blended out my foundation. But you could use this side to get the contour, but I'd rather not mix them. I personally like to blend them out with a brush. But if you're on a budget and you just want to use one tool for everything, you could go ahead and get this. And this is $6.99, and I purchased this from Walmart. I'll have my review that I did on it linked down below. So after I apply my foundation, I go ahead and go in with concealer. So I have three tools to share with you as well. So the first one I have is a concealer brush by Equal Tools. This is really good if you're using jar concealer or if you're mixing concealers. I find that I don't really need this because my concealers have a wand on it, so I can just draw it on. But if you're using jar concealer or if you're mixing concealers like I do sometimes, just go ahead in and just apply it like that, and then go ahead and blend it out with the brush. But I really like this because it's really good for getting in the inner corner and the crevices and everything, so I really like this. The next tool I have to blend out concealer is a beauty blender again, which I mentioned before. This is just good, especially the pointed side, for just really going in. I alternate blending out my concealer using a stipple brush or a beauty blender. I find when I was using the brush, it was wiping some of my concealer away, but when I use the beauty blender, it just picks up excess product and just blends it in really nicely. I find that sometimes I go a little heavy with the concealer and the brush doesn't really take away the product. It drags it out and takes it out, but this soaks it up. You know what I mean? You see the difference, but I really like this for that. The last tool I have for concealer is to set it, and this is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I did try this out for blending out my concealer initially when I first got it, but I didn't like it. Again, I felt like it just took away the product from under my eye. I don't know if I was wiping too hard or what. I just didn't really like it, but I use it to I use it to set underneath my eyes, and I absolutely love it. I just pick up the powder and just go all around my eye, and it works out good. So after concealer, I go ahead and contour. It depends on what my mood is, if I cream contour or powder contour, but either way, I'm using one of these two tools. So the first tool I use is this e.l.f. Small Stipple brush. This is a different one. I just love the e.l.f. Small Stipple brush. I feel like it's definitely an essential and a staple product to me, and I feel like if you get it, you will not regret it at all. So I will use this to blend out my cream contour as well as set my cream contour, or days I don't feel like cream contouring and I'm just doing powder contour. I will use this because I just love it. It gives me a really precise contour, and that's what I like. I don't like the full blown out just bronze look of contour. I like fully defined cheekbones and a face and everything, so I love using this for that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just such a universal brush. I can't get enough of it. And if you want a precise contour, you're gonna love this. Next, I have the e.l.f. complexion brush. I used to use this a lot when I first got it. I did use it to blend out my foundation, but as I got into makeup and stuff like that, and I saw, okay, this isn't really good for blending out my foundation, because it didn't take away the product, just didn't blend it out really good. So if I went in too heavy with my foundation, it was staying there. It didn't really blend it out that well. It just stayed in one spot. So I stopped using it for that, but this is good for powder contour. I will use this brush to powder contour if I'm doing really light makeup and I don't want it to be obvious that I'm wearing makeup. So if I want to still define my face but not too much, I'll use like a cool tone contour shade. Use this just to throw on my cheeks, and it's not precise at all. It's just going to give you a nice wash of color, give you some life to your face, some color and everything. So I don't really use it that much because, again, I like a precise contour, but if you want a more blown out and natural contour, I recommend using a fluffy brush. And I just realized a lot of these brushes I'm showing you are e.l.f., but I'm not sponsored by them. I wish. So after doing cream contour or powder contour, mainly if I've done a lot of cream and I don't want to set my contour with a bronzer or anything like that, and I just want to use a regular translucent powder or something, I will use this brush. And this is the powder brush by Equal Tools. The name rubbed off, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. So this is just your basic powder brush. I really like it. It's really soft and it really just gets everywhere for you. I don't set my entire face anymore because I am combination skin, so sometimes I have good days, sometimes I have bad days, and my skincare products have changed, so my skin, it's not as oily and stuff like that, so I don't need to set it. Ooh. I mainly use this brush just to dust off any powder I have under my eyes when I'm cooking. Once I'm done, I'll just dust off the excess and that's it. But honestly, any powder brush will do the same thing. So this isn't really essential, but I feel like if you're baking, this is just something good to sweep off your makeup if you don't have that type of brush, because it just, you know, just gets directly under there. So after I've done my foundation, highlight, contour, all that jazz, it's time for blush and highlight. And for blush and highlight, if you do watch my videos, you guys know I use the same brush, and this is the e.l.f. It broke, I told you guys the story, but this is the e.l.f. blush brush. I use one side for blush, the other for highlight. As you can see, this is the side I use for blush, this is the side I use for highlight. I don't really use highlight that often in my everyday makeup. Like, I don't have it on today because this is what I wore to school, my makeup, so I just have a little blush on and I use this. It's just perfect for getting directly on the apples of the cheek, and then I mainly highlight on the weekends when I'm going out and I'm doing more full-on glam, so I'll use this. Because it's tapered, it just gets directly on my cheekbones, around my brows and stuff like that, so that's why I really like it. And it's only $3. You can't beat this. e.l.f. brushes are just so affordable and great quality. Mainly their studio line, I believe this is. Yeah, I think the black brushes are their studio line. That's the line I like the best, and I mainly gravitate towards buying my brushes from because they're just so amazing and high quality. Also, if you guys want me to do essential brushes for your eyes and stuff like that, let me know and I will do that. Also, I will include like some lashes and stuff too. So let me know if you're interested in that in the comments down below and I will film that for you guys. But that is all I have for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know also what else you would like me to talk about. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, this isn't really good for blending out my foundation. It's not precise as all. But I use this brush to wipe. But I use this brush to, really? Oh my goodness. But I will use this brush to dust off my baking powder. And it's not precise as all.